Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create a dynamic website with a working sign up form and login page. As you can see, we can register a person and afterwards you can log in. For now, I'm going to put in the wrong credentials and see what happened. You can see it. So let me put the right credentials. And after clicking the login form, you can go to this page and you can be able to change the credentials that you have written before. You can see it. And another thing, if a person tries to register himself with an email which have been used, it will give out this message: the email is used, try another one please. So he or she has to change it. Another thing, it is responsive, so it is a good web design. Let's get started. So let's start by creating the files that you are going to need. An index.html will be our login form, register.html will be our sign up form, and then the style.css will be our style sheet. So for now we're going to make it .html, but we are going to change it later to .php. So let's start by creating writing our HTML codes. So, and the thing that you need to know while writing a dynamic website, we're going to need these form tags. The action for now to be nothing, but the method it will be post, so that the credentials will be, it will remain secret, and it will not be displayed out where someone submits the form. And another thing, you should use that name attribute, and so that we can be able to retrieve the data from the input form, so that it will be able to go into the database. So let's get this done real quick. I'm loading the live preview. You'll be seeing all the changes. Let's do this real quick with the HTML. Okay, let's start designing our page, and we have to import this Google Fonts, the pop-in font. That is the one that I like to use. So we are going to create a simple design which will be used on all pages. So there's no need to create a design for every page. We are going to make a simple design here, and all the CSS codes will be in a one file. So this is it. Let's get this done also. Alright, this is our login form. So let's go ahead and create our sign up form. So simple, we're going to copy the codes from the login form in order to make it simple, and then we are going to change some few things, as you can see, in order to make it a good sign up form. Okay, so now let's create our homepage. Let's name it home.html. So as I've told you, we are going to use the same design for all pages as I have told you, but as it is a home page, we're going to change some few things, but it is simple. This design is going to help us to avoid writing the same codes over and over on each page, so this will reduce our coding time. Okay, for now, as I have not yet connected our forms with the database, I'm going to write these default messages and default credentials that will be displayed on our homepage, but I'm going to change it later after connecting our forms with the database. homepage look good on small devices, and we're going to write these few codes in order to make it look better in some small devices. Alright, this is it for the homepage. Let's create another file and let's name it edit.html. This file, it will help us to be able to change the profile, to change the credentials of a person and to update it into the database. So it is simple. We also going to copy the codes from the register.html and then paste it there and change some few things, as it is not a registration form. It is for changing profile, but it is a little bit similar to those other pages. So let's do it also real quick. As you can see, those are the things that we are going to change. Right now, this is it. Our project was on our desktop, so now we're going to upload it to our local server. And I'm using XAMPP, so you have to upload it to htdocs in order to be able to load our PHP. Okay, so now we're going to change. I told you before that we were using .html, but for now we're going to change all of our pages to .php. Alright, all those 4 pages, we're going to change them to .php. Okay, then after doing so, we're going to go to our local server and then create a database. We're going to name it tutorial, and we're going to create a table. We name it users, and then we have to make an ID, a primary key, and auto increment, and create another tab for username, a value character of 200, another for email, age, it will be number, so we are going to use int, and another one for password. So that's it. And then, so this is it. That is our table in the database. And okay, now we're going to make another folder for PHP, and where we're going to create our configuration. In order to be able to connect our website with the database, have to create this configuration file and write those codes, MySQL connect, and server name, username, password, and the database. And this is the message that will be displayed if does not connect. So let's check it. If we see nothing, then our connection will be successful. Okay, let's start with our register.php, and we are going to write the PHP codes below the form box division. First, we have to include our configuration file. So if someone clicks on submit button, then create another variable for username in order to get data for the username from the form, another for email, the age, and password. So we are going to write other few code for verifying if the email it is unique. So we are going to create another variable, and this variable, it will be about selecting the email from the table users where the email is equal to the email that the user has entered. So if the email that the user has entered, it is searched in the database, and the message that we give, the result that which is given, it is not equal to 0, then it will tell the user that he or she must change the email and use another one. So we are going to create another division for the message that will be displayed, and if the email is used by another user, and we're going to create another division for it and style it in order to look good. So okay, so if the result is equal to 0, which means that there is no other email like that in the database, then we are going to write else, where we will insert the data into the database, from the form to the database. If the process of inserting the data into the database was successful, then that is the message that will be displayed, and with a button which tells you to log in now. Okay, now let's check if it works. And there is an error on the line 32. Let's see. Oh, not put a semicolon. 143, also no semicolon. Okay, so let's try it. To the username, the email, and this is random. So you see then that was not successful. There is an error. Okay, so this is it, right? Our person is in the database right now. Alright, right now let's design our message division in order to make it look better. Okay, right now let's try to sign up with an email which have been used and see what happens if our error message will be displayed. Alright, that's good. Our registration form works. It is working. Alright, for the login form, it is a little bit different. We have to create our session to start the session in order to be able to go to other pages with the same credentials as we have logged in with. Okay, as usual, we have to connect with our configuration in order to be able to be connected with our database. And if the user clicks on submit, we have to get the data for the email and for the password. Alright, now let's create another variable and name it result. It is all about selecting all from users where the email and the password is equal to what it is written in the database. So if that's true, we have to get a row. So that's where we're going to use this variable and name it row. So if a variable row, it is an array and it is not empty, we will assign our values or data on the session variables, the global variables which are named session. our row is empty from the select query and it is not an array, it will display a message saying wrong username or password. So after logging in, you will directly be sent to the home page. Alright, let's check if it works. Enter the credentials that we have registered. And there is an error on line 20. Let's see. There's an error. Oh, there I wrote username why it should be email, so that's why it was not working. Let's change it and see. Okay, now it works. So okay, we are going to go and change on our home page. Okay, we also start the session. Another thing, we're going to include our configuration, and in order for the person, if he or she didn't log in, he will not be able to see the home page. So this is what this code does. If he tries to access home page without logging in, he will directly be sent back to the login page. So now we are going to write the codes for selecting everything for the user who has logged in. So now we're going to use the while loop in order to assign the results to the variables from the database. Okay, now let's remove some errors and load it. Alright, now it works. So the edit link also works. So now what we're going to do is to make those results that we've got from the database to be displayed. So that's it. Okay, let's first recreate the logout. It is a really simple file. It is only 3 lines of code. It is simple. Yeah, this is it for a logout. Okay, now let's start working on our edit form. It is also simple, there's nothing big, but also if the user clicks on submit, it is the same codes. We have to gain the data and assign them to the variables. And then after putting our data to the variables, we will create the update query, which will change and update data in the database and have new data as the user wants. So if the update query was successful, it will display a message saying that the profile is updated. And else, before the database, the data is updated, we have to show the user the old credentials that was in the database in order to change them while knowing what was written in the database. Alright, this is it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. See you soon to the next video.